That's brilliant.
Cool.
Perfect.
I was unfortunately on the camera right in front of the throat slit and was covered in blood. I got some in my eyes. Just after I'd cleaned all the blood off me, I came back into the room and I was like, well, let's have a look at the footage. And I was expected to come in, seeing everyone smiling, and everyone was just looked like they wanted to cry because you spent so long setting this scene up and it just looked awful. Killer Revelations is about a character called Robert, who's an egotistical gangster wannabe, and it's about his journey in his first experience in that world and having his ego shattered and diminished over the course of the film.
I wanted to kill you anyway.
Oh.
Came down because I heard you moving.
I wasn't doing anything.
You were waking up.
Yeah, I was waking up, definitely not doing anything else.
So we presented with a script by a guy called Matthew Gilpin, and the creative essence behind this was that it was a lot like Burn After Reading. We read the script, and with changes that we made together, we thought it'd be something that we could have just a lot of fun with. I think this film's a lot about having that creative visual action that's also ties very much into like visual comedy. We wanted it to have a very specific visual style and specific camera movements that would aid to like visual comedy. Looking at your storyboards on a notebook whilst you're filming on set, and then looking in the frame and it being exactly how you pictured it, that's like a eureka moment in itself, like we're doing something right. Our character hid inside a cupboard and the other character was walking around the room, and as he got closer to the cupboard he would get pulled by another character and get his throat slit open, and it was supposed to be this dramatic, gory scene that would actually be really funny because it looks really stupid. But that went horribly wrong because we didn't fully prepare the prosthetics correctly. We got up, I think it was like 4 cameras set up, and by the time that we started rolling, the prosthetic had already started peeling off and falling apart. And we're like, we'll run with it, we'll run with it, we'll run with it. Essentially what happened was that the whole thing pinged open, and I was unfortunately on the camera right in front of the throat slit and was covered in blood. I got some in my eyes, the whole thing ripped to pieces. So just after I cleaned all the blood off me, I came back into the room and I was like, well, let's have a look at the footage. And I was expected to come in, seeing everyone smiling, and everyone was just looked like they wanted to cry because you spent so long setting this scene up and it just looked awful. So we're gonna have to reshoot that at some point, but we'll get there in the end. I think the thing I learned most personally as a director for this project is that if you're doing directing for the first time, if you go to sleep at night and you think, yeah, I've done everything, there's something really wrong. The best thing to do is overplan. There's so many things that happen on set that you don't consider if you haven't thought everything through. Biggest takeaway would probably be that planning is very key. I know it sounds really basic and vague, but if you don't have everything to the nail and you don't know what's going on every second whilst you're on set, things can become very difficult very quickly. In the long run, when you're on set and you're flicking through storyboards, it's so much easier to do setups and explain to the other people on set what exactly you're going for. If you've put a lot of time and effort into storyboarding a very visual scene, the payoff is indescribable and it saves so much time. If you'd like to see Killer Revelations, click on the video link right here. And if you'd like to see great other projects, click subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.